My Philippine dreams, and today is July 2nd, 2019, the first day of the rest of our lives as I sit here gaming. It's about 6:45 in the morning, and I've actually been working. I finished up, I had to copy edit, I got a contract to copy edit an article, another article on Tesla, on some of their vehicles, and it's really interesting. I mean, this Tesla guy, Elon Musk, is a freaking genius and a game changer. He's kind of strange. He's kind of weird, especially if you saw the Joe Rogan interview thing. But that was also a really cool interview. It was really funny watching the Joe Rogan interview with Elon Musk because for like the first 20 minutes he was all uptight. He wouldn't answer anything. Then they started smoking marijuana, and he kind of loosened up a bit. And it continued to get weirder and weirder. But the big thing about these electric cars, and I never realized this, is when you charge them, you get about 330, 340 miles off a full charge. And it only costs about $7 and $7 to $8 to fill it up with electricity, which is stunning. I never realized that. What game? Kevin Anderson. Hey, John Tea Party, how are you? Kevin Anderson, good morning. This is Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, playing this on PlayStation 4. A lot of people don't like these game stream things, but it's kind of the way that I usually wake up. This morning I didn't wake up, though. This morning I had to actually work when I woke up. But anyways, getting back to the subject at hand. Oh yeah, Far Cry 3. My name is Jason Brody. I'm this rich kid from California. Ooh, there's pirates all over the place here. And my brothers and assorted sundry girlfriends have been kidnapped by pirates. And I guess my car doesn't float. Might have to get out of this car. Oh shoot, I hear it. There's a lion too. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm not good at gaming. So we're just gonna run. We're gonna run this way. And what I'm trying to do is find them and rescue them. And you can see there's a bunch of pirates chasing me. Oh, I'm not good at this game. Heal. And one thing I noticed, I hear that lion. The lion's right around the corner. Let's get out of here. One thing I noticed, the PlayStation 4 port that they made from the PC game is pretty buggy and pretty glitchy, and it's a totally different experience. Buddy Munoz. Wow, another gameplay video. Midlife Crisis official. I don't get it with the game stuff, man. I've been playing games since I was a kid. A Commodore 64, the Intellivision. We talked about this before. And I'll be playing games probably to the day I die. You know, that's one thing to look forward to. At end of life care, you know, you're all whacked out on really cool painkillers, and you're playing games. I'm looking forward to that. Hey. Plus, I mean, the gaming industry has surpassed. I mean, for a while, I think it's now bigger than movies. It's now bigger than television. It's the biggest entertainment thing now. And some of the creativity and the quality of some of these games is just amazing. Glenn Gibson, when is the wedding, Ned? I'm not sure. Maybe November. We're already starting to, we've been talking about it. Edith de Elba, have you heard anything from Mike? I don't know who Mike is. Chris Bartlett, hiya Ned. Hey, what's up, Chris? My favorite Australian. Glenn Gibson, yeah, C64 is legendary. I think they're actually making an emulator. Alright, so I have to, one of my missions, I have to go talk to this doctor. Because I need to find my friends. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Glenn. Congrats. Yeah, I'm very lucky. I am very lucky to have met this gal. Alright, here we go. Cutscene. Ooh. Stuff. Also thanks to Justin for getting me this awesome Star Wars t-shirt from Thailand.
Everything is excellent, really.
No, Mike Case in Philippine Journey. No, I haven't heard from him.
To kill you, the mix is not quite right yet. Well, that's it, Doctor.
This voice actor right here is really famous, and he passed away 2 or 3 years ago.
I'm Jason.
What is her
said you'd be
name?
able
Her
to
name is
help me. I
Chichai.
found one of my
Her name is
friends.
Chichai.
Friends.
And she is wonderful. She is sweet, smart, kind, compassionate, talented. She's a musician.
What?
She's a better guitarist than I am. Much better singer than I am. She works. She teaches English online to Chinese kids.
I assume
And I'm very, very
Where is she?
fortunate to have met her.
she's in my house. Here.
Very. Because I was ready to give up, man. I was on the verge of giving up. I was like, the dating scene was played, Dumagette's played, and I was just fortunate to meet her. Thanks. Yeah, Hank Williams, she's the one you saw singing on that video one time. That is her. And, yeah. She's great. Total sweetheart. That's a lot of very. Yeah, it is.
Burning up.
Varies. I'm very. It's true. Very. Kaayo. 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 Kaayo.
Had cut her arm, which in itself would be no
Kalipai
cause for alarm.
Kaayo. Very
She
happy.
had cut through a field of anti-aris toxicaria, upas trees.
All right. So,
Latex. I have been administering an
my brother's
antidote
girlfriend here
each hour.
is poisoned. So I have to find
I'm
some
afraid
stuff
that another
to save her
dosage
life.
may be required. I did just examine the
Anyhow.
box.
It's empty. Where should I go for more?
Set us up with a couple of cave mushrooms and we will be right as rain.
Ooh, we gotta go get some mushrooms. Come with me. We'll get some
Close the
mushrooms.
cliffs. To the west.
If you live in the Philippines and you're near the
Sorry for
provincial
the wish.
areas where there's cows,
Nothing of
it's
it.
not too hard to find mushrooms.
Girl must live.
All over the island. The tropical
You and
environment,
me
those
both.
mushrooms love it. Mestizos. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. She's again, it's just it's a case of breeding stock. She wants my nose, she wants my eyes, and she wants my chin. Which is cool. I'm okay with that. Alright, so we gotta go find some cave. And we're going to talk about first world problems. Because right now, my friends, my companions, my compatriots, my countrymen, I have an issue. And the issue is the water flow in my house has decreased over the last couple weeks to the point where the water heater is not kicking in anymore. So basically Ned Kelly, American, has to
cliffs aren't
have
west.
cold showers. And some people can deal with cold showers
Great.
because I mean
You
you're in the
mentioned the cave
tropics
was
and
underwater.
so it's not super cold. But man, I do not like cold showers. Oh, ooh, okay, we're in the water. Okay, we gotta swim. So I went to the water department yesterday, again with my first world problem. I mean, you got millions of people in the Philippines that don't even have running water. You know, they have to use wells and stuff. And here I am complaining about my water heater not
This crazy
working.
doctor better know what he's doing.
That, my friends, is the definition of a first world problem. And I'm going to share another first world problem.
Leap of faith.
Okay, leap of faith. Oh my gosh. I love Far Cry 3. Here we go. Oh! Swim. Up. Okay, now we gotta climb. Climb. So, the water department's supposed to come out this morning and check maybe the filter in the meter's clogged or something. They're gonna take a look at it. But if worse comes to worse, I'm just gonna have to buy another water heater, and this time I'll have to buy a AEG, which is a low flow 1.5 liter per minute water heater. How do I do this? Climb? Let's go up here. Because the one I have right now is 3 liters per minute, and it's just not getting its 3 liters, so it's the water heater portion's not turning on. Uh-oh. I just got hit. Glenn Gibson, no, I don't have a water tank with a pump. I wish I did. Chris Bartlett likes the cold showers. I can't deal with it. I have to squat down, and I take the handle, and I start it with my head, just let the water on my head, then slowly on my shoulders, and then, oh man, it's horrible. Ugh. hate it. Poor me. Poor entitled American gets to take cold showers. Yeah, best tank. Whenever I see best tanks, I'm like, oh. If I ever get my own house, man, definitely getting a tank. Definitely getting a tank. Chris Bartlett, I am a wussy. I got no problem admitting that there's certain things I cannot. I'm just not tolerant of. One of them is cold showers, and the other one is the heat in summertime here. Summertime, it's freaking hot. April, May. I mean, actually, yesterday was nice.
What about the rest of our vacation?
So right now I'm hallucinating. Well, not in real life. In the game, I'm hallucinating. I haven't had enough coffee to hallucinate yet.
Lisa, we're in Bangkok together. And
So that's my first world problem. So that's going to cost about $120 USD in order to have hot showers. But, in my opinion, it's money well spent. And Chris Bartlett also loves the heat. Well, Chris Bartlett, you must not have much Neanderthal DNA. I have 4.1% Neanderthal DNA, and I cannot tolerate tropical heat. Oh, you must be back in Australia. It's freezing in Australia. Parts of the U.S. are like going through record heat waves, and it's freezing in Australia. Yeah, buddy, I hear you. Panasonic makes a good heater. I just, I need that low flow. I need, 1.5 liters per minute. I just need the thing to turn on and heat, even though it's a dribble of water, so it's basically like there's an elephant drooling on you. As long as it's warm drool, hot drool, I can deal with it. Wow, look at this stuff, man. Whoa, weird stuff's happening here. Hey, the mushrooms. It's really... Oh, hopefully it's just dirty pipes. Well, we'll see. I mean...
There they are.
In a lot of areas in the Philippines, and like where I'm at, the water is delivered by garden hoses, basically. So... It's not like there's pipes. But, how come I can't pick these up? I gotta reload. How come it's not letting me pick these up? Is this one of the glitches we're talking about here? Okay. Get me some mushrooms, yeah. Yeah, it's only the shower. No, the whole house is... I've noticed over the past couple weeks the water flow has been decreasing.
Whoa.
So either there's the water hose somewhere along the way is being squeezed or pinched, and or something's happening. All right, so I got the mushrooms, and now I got to return to Dr. Earnhardt so that Daisy or whatever her name is can be cured. Do you have Maryland? Maryland. I don't know what Maryland is. BOGO uses a big underground pumps and is pretty good flow. Some parts of Cebu recently, Santander, the southern tip of Cebu, the water's been really bad as of late, and they've only been putting it on for like 2 or 3 hours a day. So, I don't know, maybe it's related to that water shortage. Maryland Water Company. I don't know, I got Dumaguete Water Company. And let me tell you something, just on the record, Dumaguete's water company, the water district, or whatever they call themselves, is the most efficient government organization that I've encountered. You get your bill, they drop your bill off, it's like 140 pesos, it's like $3. You go to the water department, you're in and out within like a minute and a half. They're just so efficient, everything is great there, the staff is great there, I love them.
Jason, what a pleasant
And if they can fix my water, I will love them even more.
Up a couple of high notes since you were gone. Oh, yes, and the girl is now awake. Terrible fever, however.
Got my vape. This is strawberry shortcake.
What did I do with the burgers? Oh yes.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Finished them off.
I have the mushrooms.
He has the mushrooms. I would have thought lots of rain, all the water would be... Yeah. Yeah, we got... Last couple days we've been getting some pretty good rain. and we needed it desperately. My lawn is actually, I got to go cut the lawn because the one thing I like about summer is you don't have to cut the grass because there's no rain, so the grass ain't growing. But I got to cut the grass now. I got to do that. All right, let's go talk to Daisy or whatever her name is. Ugh, it seems like nobody can help themselves. I have to help everybody. It's a good thing I am Jason Brody. Ooh, this is kind of a creepy room. Dr. Earnhardt. He's an older guy. This looks like a little girl's room.
How you feeling?
You got away, that's how I'm feeling.
Of course I got it.
Doctor's a real trip.
Oh, he's
Summer in Arizona and you're cooking.
Why?
But it's a dry heat. Yeah, dry furnace.
carried me here.
Here in the Philippines, every now and then, we'll get some days where the humidity gets down to like 50%,
I'm glad you made it.
55%,
been
and it's
really
amazing. It's beautiful. Usually, though, it's hovering around 75, 85%.
Grant,
But it's good for your skin. It keeps you looking young and healthy like this.
Daisy.
There's a big cyclone coming. I didn't know that, Chris Bartlett.
I'm so sorry.
I probably should check Pagasa, huh? It's good to check these things. And before you go on a vacation, whenever you're going to do some traveling, make sure you check Pagasa to make sure there's no freaking typhoons coming in. Because I made that mistake one time.
Are you gonna be okay? I've got to talk to the doctor about the others.
And we went to Sipalay, Sugar Beach, during a tropical depression, and it just rained the entire time. Robert Vargas is in Cancun, Mexico.
Whoever did this,
No suckline there.
whoever
Yeah.
killed Grant.
He deserves to die. Yes. Oh, you bloodthirsty
Can I talk to you?
Dr.
By all
Earnhardt.
means.
I want
3
to
days
thank
I'm
you
used to the
for
humidity in
saving
the Philippines. First day back and it's a bit uncomfortable, says
nothing
Chris
of it.
Bartlett. Tell you what, when I came back from the U.S.
Three of my
this year,
friends and my little
I
brother
think it was
are
May
missing.
7th, May
When I
8th,
find
something
them,
like
can
that.
I bring them here?
It was hot as hell.
Absolutely not.
I basically stayed the rest of
I
May
cannot
in air
afford to have
conditioning.
Vass's captives here. His men buy product from me todo el tiempo.
Then
Todo el
this is
tiempo,
the
all the
safest
time.
place. He won't think to look for them here.
Please, doctor.
Ganahan ko kablu ug Bisaya pero lisod kaayo. Ug gusto ko moato sa Mindanao pero ulang kaayo.
Agnes,
Agnes. Oh, that's not Agnes.
how
I think
can
that's his wife
refuse you?
or his daughter. I don't know. Poor Dr.
Of course they
Earnhardt.
can stay.
He's on too much drugs.
Oh,
Okay, here's another
need
first
a
world
double
problems.
dosage.
Let's talk something else about first world problems.
Calm my nerves.
I sold a Samsung S9 to a buddy of mine, a fellow American, and he was telling me a story. We met
Gotta
up
find the others.
at Hypermart, and he was telling me a story about he went to Apo Island.
Did you find your friend?
And Apo Island
Yes, it's fine.
is
Thank you, Dennis.
one of the world's foremost
Not me.
scuba diving destinations.
Where are the others?
It's got
Is there a way
great
I
scuba
can
diving,
search
great
for them?
snorkeling. It's always got
Anything to help me
turtles.
find
There's all
them?
the black and white banded sea crates out there. And it's just a beautiful place. It's a beautiful island also. It's one of the cleanest places I've
What's the
seen in the
Medusa?
Philippines. They actually put up rice
With
bags,
pirates guarding it.
and people use it to throw their trash away, and it works really well. It's amazing. So it's the cleanest town I've seen in the Philippines.
Will bring you closer.
Anyways, so he went out to this, for a diving expedition out to Apo Island, and he jumped in the water, did his dive and everything, came back up and realized he had left his cell phone in the pocket of his dive shorts. And it was an iPhone 10. It was the latest iteration of the iPhone Apple series, which costs, I don't know, over $1,000 US, about 53,000 pesos, 54,000 pesos. And let's get some loot over here. Let's get this loot. And so he pulled the phone out of his pocket, and it was basically swollen. And he squeezed it, and water came out. So needless to say, the iPhone 10 was dead. As they say, patay, P-A-T-A-Y, dead. And he was devastated, because that's a big loss. You got this beautiful cell phone. Those, high-end phones are really nice to have, and it dies, and you feel bad. And so it kind of ruined the rest of his day. and kind of ruined the rest of his dive and everything. He was just in a bad space. And that, my friends, is yet another example of a first world problem. Because financially, he's doing very well. So having to eat the cost of losing your iPhone isn't that horrifying. And he's going to be okay. He bought my S9. I was selling. That was my last S9 that I brought back from the States. And I was only selling them for about 17,000 pesos. Let's go over here and kill some. And so yeah. So we brought that up. First world problems. He laughed about it. He got a chuckle. Again, it's important for us. It's important to realize that comedy is based on tragedy, my friends. And there is nothing more tragic than us, human beings, dealing with our sundry problems. Chris Bartlett says, Chris Bartlett's like the only person still commenting. I only use a fan. We have AC, but it's not plugged in. I use AC every night, brother. I need my AC. Come see BOGO. It's very clean, too. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of money wasted on a phone, yeah. Just buy a cheap phone. I like having good phones. Because I sometimes do videos on my phones, and I need a... Oh! Yeah, I'm not very good at driving. I'm not very good at flying. And I'll tell you, the Samsung... I love the S9s. I've always loved the S series. I'm not a big fan of Apple because of iTunes, and iTunes is a pain in the ass to do anything with. So I'd like to get a good phone. As for BOGO... I don't know if anybody knows this, and I hate to talk about it because I don't know what the situation was with this kid, whatever. But there was this kid named Joe BOGO, B-O-G-O, and you can do an internet search, Google search, and I think he was living in BOGO. He was Joe BOGO living in BOGO. He was an American, and he was disabled. He was a young kid. He was like, I don't know, 20-something, late 20s, early 30s. And he was going blind. He had a degenerative macular condition, so he was going blind. And he had a blog up. And this was one of the first ones, again, back in 2012, 2013, when I was doing research. I came upon his blogs. But something weird happened. He got caught in a tent. They had set up a tent or something. And... there was these women, and they were topless or in bikinis or something. And come to find out, some of them were underage, and some Filipinos came by and saw it. And needless to say, he got arrested, and he went to prison. And he spent a good amount of time waiting trial or whatever it was. Yeah, Chris Bartlett, you heard of him. So anyways, long story short, too late. He finally was released. And I'm not... I think he's back in the United States. I don't know if the Filipinos just felt bad for him because he was going blind or what the situation was. I don't think there was any sex. He was just like taking video of it or some crap. I mean, again, even though there was no sex, it doesn't take away from the fact that what he did was basically abhorrent. So yeah. And then... Oh my God, what the hell? First of all, I got my... Stab. Die, dogs. Bad doggies. So yeah, when people complain about the laws, some of the laws in the Philippines, like... you can't be, with a minor in any type of public situation or unescorted by family members or something, or even talking to them. That's what those laws are in place for, because of the predators that come over to Southeast Asia, Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, to engage in weird freaking activities. Now, let's see if we can get this. So yeah, that's all I know about BOGO. Joe BOGO. Let's see if we can get a headshot. Ah, shit. Oh, we're gonna die. Let's see if we can get to the alarm. Nope, we're not getting together. I'm dead. Yeah, the last I heard, he was on Facebook. After he got out, he was on Facebook, and before he loved the Philippines, he was, he was always talking about how great it was and everything. But after he got released on his Facebook, he was saying whenever a typhoon would come, he'd be like, "Man, I hope a typhoon comes out and kills millions of these people." I mean, he was really, really negative, and for some reason, they wouldn't let him leave. He wasn't able to leave for like 6 months after he was released from prison. Well, Chris Bartlett, thank you for the invitation to come visit BOGO, but unless you have air conditioning, I'm not coming. I need air conditioning and Pilsen. Buddy Munoz says, LG 100 smartphone works fine. Yeah. Does hanging around and helping the street kids there pose a risk? Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, that's a violation of that Republic Act. That's technically a violation. I mean, there's been some weird situations where guys were like traveling with their own family members, like nieces or nephews, and they got caught up. And some people might say, "Oh, that's draconian and an overreaction on behalf of the Philippines." But when you're trying to protect your own people, it's better to err on the side of caution. My opinion. All right, let's see. This is going to be hard to do. What I got to do is I got to try to Island Paparazzi. Davao Don, how are you? Shit. I got to get to this alarm. What do I got for weapons? All right. I got to get to this alarm and turn it off. Can I throw a rock?
Interesting.
Throw a couple rocks. Run over. Come on, can we get it? Oh, let's get out of here. Oh, sorry. Oh shit. No, run. This is how I play people. I know it's exploitive and freaking lame, but how is he supposed to read? I don't know. He was going blind. I don't know the details. Alright, let's try to kill some of these clowns. And the aim assist on the PS4 with the support is not that good. So we can try to get these guys. No, he wasn't completely blind, but he was like really close. Like he couldn't drive. He had to have people drive him around and stuff. Alright, we're getting this, people. We're getting this. We're going to take these pirates out. How's he supposed to read? So yeah, that's my our first world problems things. I'm having to take cold showers, and my buddy's iPhone 10 got destroyed when we went scuba diving in one of the best scuba diving locations in the entire world. It's like me complaining about when we went to Sapalai, Sugar Beach, which is a beautiful beach, and it rained. We went to this beautiful resort, this beautiful location. It rains. First world problems. Is it true Larry calls me Big Head Ned? I don't know. I know Aaron from video. Shit, who's shooting me now? I know, what's his name? Aaron from Video Freedom used to call me Big Head Ned. Oh, alright. I was getting shot. So I don't know, maybe. Are we talking about the same Larry? Malapasca. You should go to Malapasca. Malapasca. Yeah, and I want to go to Bantayan too. I had a buddy who went to Bantayan, and he said and he's been all over the place. And he said that was one of his favorite places to go. And we also found out where the black-tip sharks are in Sikihor so we're going to be checking those out.
It will be again.
Thresher sharks and lots of diving. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Oh, look. It's a cassowary. Hello, cassowary. Hello. You're so cute. Yes. You want to come out? Okay. Alright, come on out.
Watch it!
Whoa. Oh. I'm sorry. Why'd you shoot my bird? Not very nice. Alright, so we liberated another outpost. Alright. And the Rakyat need this white person, this white savior, this white knight to come save them. Because I guess they're incapable of doing it themselves.
This place of pirates. Citra.
Jessica Cardena, escaping the Philippines. Oh yeah, I met them. I met him last week, or Thursday, Friday. Yeah, one night a week I go to Bogart's to get drunk, basically, and my one drinking night a week. And yeah, ran into him over there. There's so many vloggers. Rike left, which was great because it opened up some things for me to do, even though I've been rather lazy as of late. And I'm like, okay, so now I can concentrate more on Dumagate. Then all these other vloggers start showing up, and I'm like, oh man. So I'll just leave it to them. But I also finished up an article on why it's important to talk about or cover some of the crime stuff that happens. This was in response to the video I did of the 79-year-old German guy who was killed by his Filipino girlfriend, stabbed in the armpit, axillary artery, and bled out. And it's important. And they said, and basically people were saying, "Oh, this can happen anywhere," and all that. And yes, it can, and it does. But there are some unique circumstances to the Philippines and having relationships in the Philippines that you wouldn't experience in the West. I mean, you get the whole thing with amor proprio, which is, regard of self, self-love, face. You got hiya, shame. You got utang na loob. It's called utang na loob, which basically it's like debt of obligation, where people think that other people owe them or they owe other people for certain things. And you also have the disparity between financials and a relationship. Usually, at least with a Westerner and a Filipino, usually one person has most of the money, most of the financial assets, and the other person doesn't have much. So that causes problems unto itself. And then you get the pressure from the family on, usually, if we're talking traditional relationships, the woman, the Filipina, the family's placing pressure on her. And I've seen some pretty egregious examples of this. There's some families that will tell the girl, hey, you basically have to stay with the guy because we're getting paid, we're getting some money and stuff. And yet, is it trafficking? Yeah, I mean, technically, probably it is. But again, when you're talking financials and you're talking difference between first, second, and third world, sometimes that's a real issue. That's a real thing. And also, this is a stereotype, and I'm perpetuating a stereotype. Oh, thank you, Daniel Thornton. Congrats, Ned. Happy for you. We'll buy next time I see you. All right, thank you. Daniel also bought one of my laptops that I brought back from the U.S. Thank you, Daniel. Hope the laptop is treating you well. Lenovo T440S. I love those the best laptops you can get, and they're perfect for the Philippines because they are mil-spec, protected against heat, humidity, dust, shock, all that stuff. All the stuff that you have in the Philippines. All right, so those are some of the first world problem things that I wanted to talk about here. I'm going to be probably doing a video tomorrow on why it's important to be covering this stuff. I'm also publishing an article on my website on why it's important to be talking about this stuff and some of the differences between West and East. I mean, the three pillars of Filipino culture, in my opinion, are amor proprio, hiya, utang na loob, and to a lesser extent, pakikisama. Pakikisama is smooth interpersonal relations. It's how you're supposed to communicate and talk to other people in a pleasant way so as not to offend and to violate somebody's amor proprio and bring on hiya. And then you got debts of obligation. And if somebody hurts you, you feel like you have to hurt them, and you get into salvage. And salvage is, I mean, when people, you get into feuds here. It's like the Hatfields and McCoys, where families are taking each other out. It can get crazy. Yep, debt of gratitude. Utang no loob. And these are important things you have to keep in mind. And even if you're talking to Filipinos, some of them might not know what these concepts are, but when you start talking about how it influences things, they're like, oh, yeah. Chris Bartlett says, you always have to help their family. We used to, now I don't work, can't help, and my wife does. Her son-in-law had stroke, so they need help. Yeah, I mean, the relationships I've been in, I've only had to help out with family one time, and that's when somebody passed away in the family. And everybody that was working contributed something to cover the costs of that. But in other situations, you know, with allowances and all this stuff, usually the money's going to the family. The girl's not keeping the money. From CLA, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I don't even want to think about it. It's just gross. It's just gross. I don't think he's ever going to get out of the Philippines. I don't think he's ever going to get out of jail here. I think he's going to do life, or he might be killed. I'm not sure. All right, so on that happy subject, I have a busy day. This morning I got to wait for the water company to call so I can meet them and guide them to where my meter is so they can check it out, check the filter. I also have to deliver about 320 kilos, about 150 kilos of chlorine, yes, chlorine that you put in a pool, to a buddy of mine, because somebody's selling chlorine, and and so I'm like the middleman on this, so I got to help arrange that. I got to go to his place and do that. Then I got to go to the gym, and then I got to go to the Darrow produce market, get all my greens and all that. Come back to the house, make all my salads for 3 or 4 days. I put them in big Tupperwares, and hopefully they won't go bad. Cook up my chicken, all that stuff.
Oh, that goat.
And
didn't taste good when I ate it.
All that stuff.
Now.
So Tuesday's a busy day for me. That would make a good follow-up story, mate. Yeah. Ned's got keys from overseas. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this lame-ass gaming live stream. And I don't mind doing these because it's easy to do. You just broadcast, and it gives me an opportunity to interact with my subscribers. Okay, that's cool, Chris. I'm bouncing out, too. Captain Spalding says, you got a tough life, Ned. Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible. First world problems. Oh, now I get to go take a cold shower after this. I should do a video on that. Just blur out the itsy parts. The itsy bitsy parts. Just a very small blur. And just listen to the noises that I make when I'm taking my shower. Go to the gym just to walk. Great exercise. I actually prefer swimming laps. Because when you're swimming laps in the Philippines, it's so hot and humid, but you're in the water, you're sweating, you don't even know it. And this isn't an exaggeration, people. I weigh myself before I go swim laps, and I weigh myself after, naked, both times. And I usually lose like 2 pounds. That's 2 pounds. That's 32 ounces of water. That's crazy. Huh. Anyways. All right, people. I'm out. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time on my Philippine Dreams. Be well. Now I got to figure out how to turn this off.